Hi everybody, this is Teri from Sweet Pea Papers, the Sweet Pea Papers Facebook group, the Junk Journal Tutorials and More Facebook group, and the Junk Journal and Paper Crafts Facebook group. I would like to welcome you to my project for the A Stitch in Time collaboration, and that's a challenge collaboration between Mandy at Sunflowers and Doors and me, Teri, at Sweet Pea Papers. Now it's just going to be the Sweet Pea Papers group that's part of the challenge. The other two groups, they're fun to post in. There's lots of people, and you're welcome to do that as well. But as far as the giveaway, only posts in the Sweet Pea Papers Facebook group are going to count. So remember that. It's 3 weeks and 3 challenges and lots of freebies. You can get the freebies over at Junk Journal Fixed with Sunflowers and Doors. And of course, all these links are going to be below. Oops, I grabbed the wrong paper. Where'd my second paper go? I have a second paper. Anyway, I'll just read you a few things, and then, because I'm not going to go into a big thing at the beginning of each video for this. So the Facebook groups, like I said, are Junk Journal Fix with Sunflowers and Doors and Sweet Pea Papers Facebook group. And you can get the freebies at both Facebook groups. So every Sunday when the challenge video comes out, and it's not really a challenge video, we call it an inspiration video to give you inspiration for what you can do with the freebies for that week. Once you get to week 2, of course, you can use weeks 1 and 2, so on and so forth. And of course, you can use any of your own stuff, like lace and things like that. The freebies are available so that everybody can join in, like I said. But if you want to get the full kit and do the whole full 9 yards there, whole 9 yards, then you can go over to Mandy's Etsy shop at Sunflowers and Doors and pick it up for 25% off for the month of September. And unfortunately, she can't sell to the EU or to Northern Ireland, but everybody else she can sell it to. And but there's enough challenge papers for you to participate without needing to purchase the kit. I'm not going to go into the drawing and all that stuff. That's in the challenge or the inspiration videos each week. I kind of go into that. But what I would like to say is, if you go to the two groups, Sweet Pea Papers and Junk Journal Fix with Sunflowers and Doors, there's going to be an event posted each week, and each event's going to have all the information you need to enter. Okay? All right. So that's that real quick. Now, I really did think I had a second paper. Anyway, this is what we're going to be using when you cut up the kit and you use the freebies. Now, this is all 3 weeks of freebies, but not the projects. I can't show you the projects except for week 1, because this is coming out the day after week 1, and that's our 2 button cards that we made. Ooh. Clip made kind of a little indentation there. Have to think about that. I've got some that are all stretched out. But anyway, these are our 2 button cards, so we can use them in today's video. Now, there are going to be times that I need to use the Challenge 2 and Challenge 3 projects, but what I'm going to do is I won't put them in the folio, and I'll wait until we're all done with the tutorial series, and then I will put them in afterwards, and then they'll be there in the flip through. I'll just put a sticky note or something where it's supposed to go. All right. Where did I put my sticky notes? I had some. I have lots of sticky notes. So we've got those for that. And we have tons and tons of ephemera. By the time you get through 3 weeks worth of ephemera freebies, you're going to have a ton. There's also a lot in with the kit. I'm not going to go through this because I don't know what's what. Honestly, I just mixed it all together. The things I didn't use in weeks 1, 2, and 3, and then the stuff from the kit. But we have all of this ephemera. We've got cards and pockets and spools. Oh my! Cards and pockets and spools. Oh my! And we've got buttons and little mannequins with flowers and all kinds of things. I think this was week 1. So yeah, let's set this to the side. Let's set these to the side. And let me get a big fat paper clip that's all stretched out. See if we can do this without making a mark in the project. I'll just do that real lightly. Just enough to kind of hold them together. I think we could probably use this one today. I don't know yet. So those are the projects. We've got these papers. Now Mandy's going to have a flip through, I'm sure, on her YouTube channel, Sunflowers and Doors, and it's only 1 R, D-O-R-S. So I'm not going to go through them all. I'm just going to say this. We've got these little calendar pages. I believe they come, if you get the kit, you can buy them or they're there. You'll have to check out the Etsy shop. I forgot to go look. Oh, besides that, I'm filming this a week before the 1st, so the kits aren't even in the shop yet. But what I did is this one, I printed the PDF the incorrect way. I printed it portrait instead of landscape. So it gave me a smaller version, and we're going to use this as our center signature, I think. We may have to use a big one, a regular size one like this. It depends. I'm making some coffee dyed paper of cardstock, but I think if we used coffee dyed paper, regular typing paper, we could use this in the center. I'm not sure yet. So I'm going to put that up there. All right, so we've got these book pages. We've got these collage pages. We've got quite a few of these. So we have these collage pages. We're using those. We have these backing papers. And then we have these papers. They're not really backing papers. I think if you were to cut this in half or fold it in half, then this would be a picture page that you could do something at the bottom. And this could be a backing page, or considered a backing page. And then this one has this really pretty picture of that seamstress dummy. It's not called a dummy. I know it's called something else, but for the life of me, I cannot remember what they are called. They're not mannequins either, I don't think. If anybody knows, put it in the comments below this video. Then I'll know. I won't be able to tell you during the videos because I'll have them recorded before I see the comments, but it's the thought that counts. So let's put the papers and the ephemera to the side. We're going to make a folio. These are legal size manila folders. I get them because I got 3 boxes of them for 78 cents each. Boxes of 100 on Amazon because the boxes were damaged. I haven't been able to find a deal like that since. I wish I'd gotten 5 or 6 of them. Would have only been a few bucks and free shipping. The only thing I was worried about was where to keep them. So let's kind of figure out what we're going to do here. I'd like to have some additional features on the cover, not just the fold over. of the folder, and I want to make sure to have the gussets facing down. And it won't matter about the tabs because you know this is smaller, so we're going to end up cutting our tabs off. I think I had a half a page. Where did it go? I don't think it's in here. Where did it go? Where did it go? Well, I guess we can cut one of the book pages in half because we're going to cut them in half anyway to use them. Thinking about using this on the cover. Or there was one in the collage pages as well. It's so wide though. Yes, where she was designing. Liked that. There's another one of her facing the other way. She's smaller in this one, so that would be helpful. And there's her again. But, oh, there it is. She's facing the opposite way. Let's see. So I'm going to cut the paper in half. I know if I used this. I'm trying to figure out, I know in my mind kind of how I want to do it. Okay, I can see it in my head now. Let's cut this in half. I can always print another one. And we'll use it as a template. Now, it doesn't all have to be full size. That's another side note. Some of these I used this paper as the backing paper, and some of them I used that with the stitching, that cream colored one with the stitching, and I'll have to say this is a full-size backing paper. I wish I'd used this one on all of them, this tan one. Okay, so we've got, this is going to be a full-size page, and no matter what we build on it, I'm pretty sure we want to start out with a full-size page. So now the question is, do you want to stencil around it in addition to inking? I'm using Gathered Twigs, which is one shade darker than Vintage Photo. I have so many stamps. Now I used this stamp last month for stitching for the Out with a Bang folio. So I'm not sure if I want to use this one again, but I can go look. I really like to do the stamping at the beginning though. I think we're going to definitely stamp the tabs that we're going to make, and then we're definitely going to, the thing we need to know is, am I going to stamp around or stencil around these papers, because that determines how much space I leave around each page. So if I leave that much, I can still do some light stenciling and have it not overpower the page or anything, and still wait a minute, my bracelet's really loose. There we go. And still sorry about my voice. My voice has been getting really quavery lately. Okay. Pretty sure that's 1/4 of an inch. Can't believe I'm measuring. Okay, 1/4 of an inch above is going to be here. Then on this side we're going to need 1/2 an inch for the tabs, so we're going to go out 3/4 of an inch and make that line. Okay, so let me cut this one down, and then we'll decide what we're going to do with the others. If they're going to be the same or different or what. Always cut the way that gives you the big flap first if you're using the legal sized, or even the other ones, because you can use them and cut them down into flip flaps and things like that. Then you can use these for pockets. So we've got that. Now what do we want to do? So this is 1. And we don't want to start numbering these 2, 3, whatever. We don't know what we're going to glue to what. We don't know what we're going to add yet inside. So I'd like to make, I can't make it any bigger unless I use the collage pages sideways, which I could do. Oh, the writing section is going to be, I'm not doing a journal, so we're not doing that. We'll make it as a notepad, a little notebook, and we'll put it inside. I'm just using the month of September as the cover because we're doing this in September. I could put a gusset in and then use it to sew the other two, but I'm not really very good at sewing anymore. I don't think it would be that bad. Let's take this one and let's cut it to the height. And then we'll give it a gusset, and that'll make it a little bit narrower than the other two sections, unless we compensate by cutting it out further, which we can do. And see, this is the way you really don't want to cut it. You really want to cut it the other way, but I wasn't sure what we're going to be doing. So if we give this a gusset, now remember this is going to be glued onto this in some way, shape, or form. So we're going to put the gusset in the back here. I'm going to put a 1/4 inch gusset, which is that smallest line. So that means we're going to have to, come on. There we go. It means we're going to, and it did it at a half. Oh, isn't that special? There we go. 1/4 inch gusset. And remember, when you ink all this, you're going to have, you know, like a spine to ink, which is going to look like this. I'm making this up as I go, so please don't ask me for measurements and stuff, because you'll just have to look at it and say, okay, the width of half the paper plus 1/4, and then 3/4, and 1/4 on the top and the bottom. So whatever size paper you have, you can use those measurements to have enough room to make a tab and also to make the gusset. Now on here, let's see, we actually gonna put a tab on it. So we need it to be, let's stand up that gusset. We need it to be this wide. Okay, hopefully that will give us the same width on everything. Okay, so this is going to be, well, we don't know yet. I may just glue it by that. I don't know. So that's going to be glued to that. We're going to have to make our tabs. And then this one, it's going to have a top tab, top, bottom, top, yeah. And I actually think it would be kind of fun oh wait, no, I'm going to do that on the cover, I think. Geez, I'm not sure. This is what happens when you make it up, right? You have to stop and think about what you want to do. What do I want to do on this one? This one, and then we'll sew the little journal in there. We'll have a page to decorate in the front and the back. And then yeah, I mean on either side, the inside cover. I was thinking about making it narrower and putting it on the back that way. then we know for sure this is going to be the back. We don't know what number it's going to be yet, but it's going to be the back. I forgot to set my timer too, so I'm not really sure how long we've gone. I'll look in just a second. The video recording software has a timer on it. 25 minutes. Okay. Yeah, so let's start doing the tabs. So this one's going to be on the top. This is my standard size template. These legal size, I don't know why I have more than one. I need a center one, that's what I need. Because these are bigger. So I really only need the big one and the little one. I don't know why I need this. Yeah, these are, all three of these are the same. Maybe I'll keep this wider one. No. Okay. There. Now we've narrowed that down. Okay, so this is our standard size. And we want it to be on the top. I used to have AAA. Use your scrap envelopes for all kinds of things, or manila folders, I mean, if you've written on them and they're need to recycle them. Use it to templates. You can use it to make envelope templates and things too, so that they're on sturdier cardstock if you're going to be tracing. Okay, now we're going to take this part and then we're going to cut it back. Otherwise, the edge of this paper will be way wider than this paper, see? So, let's cut that off. You want to cut it a little bit below. Maybe a smidge, like a hair. Yeah. See, I can see it with that little point, so I'm going to cut it just a smidge shorter. Let's see if that did it. Yes, now I don't see it right there. It looks pretty even here compared to the way I cut it, which is a little crooked. Okay, so that's one. Now this one, I'm going to leave the gusset up. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter until we cut it. Right, because if we lay it flat and then cut it, then it's going to be wrong. Uh-oh, iced coffee. Down to the wire. And you want to make sure that this is, the front and the back are lined up, because it's easy for you to slide them off just a little bit. Okay. Oops, I almost did it wrong. You want this gusset to be to the back. The two lines that we didn't make the gusset out of, remember? So we want to do it this way. Otherwise it could cause us trouble when we go to glue it together, because sometimes I like to glue it together by just the gusset alone and not the whole, you know, the whole thing. I think I just drew on my arm with the pencil, if that's possible. I did. I've been penciled in, penciled me in. Now remember, you need your gusset up, line them up, top and bottom. Make sure your gusset's straight. There we go. Now we're all lined up. We can cut this here. Okay, you can just see, wow, I cut that pretty straight. Okay, so that's our one that's going down. This will be the one going up. Gussets away. These pieces everywhere getting in my way. Cut that one. Okay, that should be good. All right, now let's figure out how we want to put this mess together, this hot mess. Okay, now I want to have you could glue this to this. Yeah, let's cut this in half. I was guessing 8, and it's 8. Oh no, 8 1/4. That's 8 1/4. So it's going to be 4 1/8. It's going to be the center. Doesn't have to be exact. I mean, one to the other has to be exact, but it doesn't have to be exact, like 4 1/8, as long as you make these two the same. And I'm going to draw a line to the gusset, which is here. Okay. And we're going to go over, let's see, top or bottom, top or bottom. What if I did it this way? And just use that as a center point. Alright, then I'm going to go down 1/8 of an inch. So we're going to notch it out so they're not rubbing against each other. You can do a 1/16 if you like. The closer together they are, the harder it is for me to cut. So I'm going to go with 1/8. Okay. And then we'll be gluing this to this. Okay. So that is going to make this 2. No, it isn't. Let's just do what we're doing here. Oh, for goodness sakes. It's like me trying to thread my sewing machine this morning. I'm trying to learn how to use it, but the bobbin keeps getting tangled. I'm not sure why. It's probably the tension, but I don't know what to set it on. I think there's a book somewhere. Okay, then you just flip this up and fold it. Let me use my scissors that way flatter. There we go. These are called cutter bees. Oh, where'd they go? Bone folders and baby scissors. Okay, so this is going to go like this. We can do this. We can lightly mark a T for the top so we don't get confused. I'm all sniffly this morning too. Okay, well, we're at 45 minutes, so what we'll do is we'll stop here. Then I will, we're just going to glue this to this, I think, like normal. Yeah. And we will glue this to this like as a pocket. So then you can ink everything. Don't forget to ink and stencil, ink, do whatever it is you're going to do to all of this. Make sure you get this gusset here, because these are going to fold right here on that third line where you stopped cutting. Okay, so you want to kind of do it both ways, and then you're going to ink the fold where your folder opens, which is here, and then you're going to want to ink where this bends right here, right? Ink around the whole outside. Don't forget to get the insides of these. And then stencil if you want. I ink all the sides, no matter how I'm cutting and whatever. It takes a little bit longer, but then you don't have to go back and try to figure out how you're going to get ink on something that you missed. So I will ink the fronts, the backs, and the center fold on all of them. Okay. Bottom and then top again. Okay, that will work. See, that's how it'll look. And then we'll do some extra stuff on the top, which we'll go over when we come back, because what was I going to say? Oh, because we ran out of time, and because I want to put some stuff on the front here. So we're probably going to glue this together after we've got it all inked and stenciled, etc., etc. And then I'll go over how to glue it together. Then we will work on the cover. Okay? All right, I'll see you in the next video. That'll be video number 2 for A Stitch in Time. Don't forget to post your pictures of things you've made in Junk Journal Fix with Sunflowers and Doors and the Sweet Pea Papers Facebook group. Actually, it's the Sweet Pea Papers Junk Journal Facebook group. I keep forgetting that I changed the name and added Junk Journal to it. So if you're going to look it up, you don't have to. There's links under all these videos. But if you need to, it's Sweet Pea Papers Junk Journals. Okay? All right. I will see you in video 2. And that's it for this one. Okay? All right. Bye-bye.